The crystalline transport pod materialized in Marcus Rivera's workshop with a sound like breaking glass. Steam hissed from its joints as the towering figure of Emperor Vexthul emerged, his 6 arms folded in what passed for amusement among the Kethmori. Behind him, 2 guards dragged a cage containing what appeared to be a broken piece of living shadow. "Human," the Emperor's voice resonated through his translator implant, "your reputation for fixing dead machines precedes you. But can you fix a dead dragon?" Marcus wiped grease from his hands, studying the creature in the cage. It was no larger than a house cat, its scales a dull gunmetal gray instead of the brilliant obsidian he'd seen in Imperial propaganda vids. One wing hung at an unnatural angle, and its eyes, once capable of seeing across dimensional barriers, were clouded with cataracts. "This is Nyx," Vexthul continued, his mandibles clicking in what Marcus had learned was laughter. "Once the terror of 3 solar systems. Now she cannot even ignite a spark, let alone breathe the stellar fire that once cracked moons. Consider her payment for your services to my fleet." The Emperor's entourage departed, leaving Marcus alone with the dying dragon. He'd repaired Imperial warships, yes, but only their mechanical components. This was something else entirely, a being whose biology was so intertwined with quantum mechanics that her very existence defied human understanding. Marcus opened the cage slowly. Nyx didn't move, but her breathing was labored, each exhale releasing tiny sparks that died before they could ignite. He'd seen this pattern before in failing fusion reactors, the containment field collapsing, unable to maintain the necessary energy density. "Your quantum chambers are damaged," he murmured, running a diagnostic scanner over her form. The readings were unlike anything in his databases. Where a normal creature would have organs, Nyx possessed intricate networks of crystalline structures that channeled exotic matter through dimensional folds. Over the following weeks, Marcus threw himself into understanding her biology. He cross-referenced imperial medical texts with theoretical physics papers, worked 18-hour days mapping the quantum pathways that once made her formidable. The breakthrough came when he realized her condition wasn't biological, it was mechanical. Dragons weren't born creatures at all. They were living weapons, their bodies grown around quantum cores harvested from collapsed stars. Nyx's core was failing, its exotic matter leaking into normal spacetime, poisoning her from within. Marcus had never attempted to repair a stellar core, but he'd rebuilt the quantum drives of Imperial dreadnoughts. The principles were similar: contain the impossible, channel the infinite, make the unreal serve reality. The surgery took 47 hours. Marcus worked with tools he'd modified himself, reaching through dimensional barriers to realign crystalline matrices older than Earth's sun. He replaced her damaged quantum chambers with components salvaged from decommissioned war machines, each piece calibrated to her unique biomechanical signature. When Nyx first breathed starfire again, the flames carved through the reinforced walls of his workshop like paper. Her scales brightened to mirror black, and her eyes cleared, revealing depths that seemed to contain entire galaxies. Emperor Vexthul's panicked transmission arrived 3 days later. His prize fleet, the Eternal Dominion, hung dead in space, their quantum drives mysteriously failing. The same technology that powered his ships, Marcus realized, was related to what kept dragons like Nyx alive. And Nyx remembered everything. She had learned from Marcus not just how to heal, but how to break. Every Imperial ship now carried a vulnerability she could exploit, every quantum drive a weakness she could trigger with a thought. The Emperor's gift had become his empire's greatest threat. Marcus watched from his workshop as reports flooded in, Imperial fleets across the galaxy going dark, their mighty vessels reduced to drifting hulks. Nyx perched on his workbench, no larger than a house cat, but her consciousness now stretched across light years. "I suppose," Marcus said quietly, "he won't be laughing anymore." Nyx's eyes reflected distant stars, and for just a moment, Marcus could swear he heard the sound of an empire's dying breath.